Good morning, everybody. Welcome to video one on a Monday morning. You guys, a movement is starting where people are demanding proof of the birth of Harry and Meghan's children. This is becoming a major thing. So let me start back at the beginning and catch you up, okay? Here we go. First off, though, I have a personal message. I would like to say thank you. I did not register on the Amazon wish list for this thunder shirt, but I should have because we know that Finn hates storms. So to the person who sent me this, because it says anonymous, thank you. And I'm going to try that at the next storm. And that person also sent this toy for Finn. Oh my God, look at this. Look what you got. Yay. Now, one more thing that was also sent to me that I didn't register for on the Amazon wish list was this fire blanket. My son saw it and said, "Can I have it?" And I said, "No, it's mine." But we ordered him one because I think it's a good idea. All right, let's jump into our story for today. Let's go. We're going to start at the beginning. So Meghan announced her pregnancy. It was the weirdest pregnancy known to man. Her stomach went up. Her stomach went down on the same day. It was bigger days before you saw her. So it would be big on one day and smaller a week later. It was very odd. Then the palace put out an announcement. Meghan was in labor. Supposedly, Archie was born at 5:26 a.m. on May 6th, but the palace didn't even announce she was in labor until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that was the announcement that, and then 30 minutes later, it came out, oh, she had the baby this morning. And supposedly they did this to protect Archie from the paparazzi. Nobody buys that. So 2 hours after birth, with an epidural, they want you to believe that they were discharged from the hospital and she was perfectly fine back at Frogmore. And let's not forget that on the Oprah show, Meghan said that she gave birth at Portland Hospital, which by the way has no record of her being there, and says that she didn't come outside for the picture because it would have blocked the emergency room. Number one, Portland doesn't have an emergency room. And number two, Fergie gave birth there and she did the picture. So we know that's a lie. And let's not forget in Harry's book, The Spare, the story of the birth made no sense. He said that Meghan had a full meal while in labor. I can tell you as a medical professional, we do not feed the women in case they need an emergency C-section. He said she got an epidural and then went and got in the bathtub. You don't get in the water with a big, huge tube shoved in your spine. He said the cord was around Archie's neck and he said, push, my love, push. If the cord is around the neck, you don't push because you need to remove it or else you're going to strangle the baby. The only thing about his story I believed was where he said that he was sucking up on her laughing gas while bouncing on a ball. I believe that. Now also on the day of his birth, this tweet from Frogmore Cottage came out saying that they used a surrogate. Well, people were like, wow, that would explain the whole baby bump thing. That tweet was taken down within a matter of minutes, but not before people were able to screen grab it. And everybody went, wait a minute, what just happened? The next thing that happened that everybody noticed was that when Catherine had her 3 children, all the doctors signed off that they witnessed the birth, because you have to confirm who's in the line of succession. And of course, Archie's announcement was unsigned. And to this day, we don't know who delivered this baby. I don't even know that it's her baby, but we don't know who delivered it. 2 days later, they were forced to show this kid to the world. And everybody was looking at it going, wait a minute. It didn't move. It didn't flinch. It didn't blink. Its eyes didn't twitch. Harry had its thumb jammed in there. There was something wrong. We can't even be sure what Archie looks like because they Photoshop and play games with the media with the pictures that they send out. The picture above is an absolute perfect example. Supposedly that's Archie on the right, but now we know that that picture was taken from the picture on the left. So who knows what the kid actually looked like then. So you have the weird appearing, disappearing baby bump. You have a birth that nobody can confirm at a hospital that nobody can confirm. We have these crazy stories about the birth, which makes no sense. We have the tweet where they claim they did use a surrogate, then it was taken down. And then you've got the unsigned notice of delivery where the birth was not certified by the royal doctors. Then the next weird thing happened. 1 month after Archie was born, Meghan changed her name on Archie's birth certificate. It was suggested initially that Meghan did this because that's how Diana's was done, and we all know she tries to copy Diana in every way. Now, there were actually 2 changes made to this birth certificate. Change number 1 was they inserted the word Prince because they forgot to add Prince for Prince Harry. And the second change was that Meghan had her legal name Rachel Meghan removed, and it simply says the Duchess of Sussex. And that change was made June 5th of 2019, almost a month to the day of Archie's birth. So when the change in the birth certificate took place, people kind of went, wait a minute, this may be due to the surrogacy, because remember we saw the tweet that they put out. Because in the UK, the law says the child belongs to the surrogate, even if it's, biologically not theirs, until you go to court. Let's just take a really quick look at the birth certificates. Here's the one for George, and here I'm going to zoom in for you. And as you can clearly see, her name is on there, Catherine Elizabeth. And then 2 lines down, Middleton, Her Royal Highness Duchess of Cambridge. Here is Princess Charlotte's birth certificate. Again, let me zoom in. And once again, as you can see, it says Catherine Elizabeth. And then 2 lines down, Middleton, Princess of the United Kingdom. Yep. And here's Archie's birth certificate before it was altered. Let me zoom in. And as you can see, it's just like Catherine's. Name of mother, Rachel Meghan, Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. And then 2 lines down, it's got her name, Markle. Yep. And here it clearly shows the changes that were made. So she went from Rachel Meghan, Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, to simply Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. Now, with all this, there was a lot of confusion. People wanted to know why the change was done because nothing like this had been done on Catherine's birth certificates for her children. Why was it done on Meghan's birth certificates for her children? Now, you should know that under UK law, the only people who can apply to change anything on a child's birth certificates are the legal parents. That's it, nobody else. So this became a thing, and Meghan finally came out with a statement, and she said that she had nothing to do with the removal of her name from her child's birth certificate, that it was dictated by the palace. That's right, the palace made it happen. So then Omid Scobie, her little spokesperson lapdog, comes out with a statement. I want to read this to you, it's important. He said that the change of name on the public documents was dictated by the palace as confirmed by documents from senior palace officials. Now, let me just interject here. He didn't show the documents. Nobody's ever seen documents. Nobody knew what he was talking about. He said this was not requested by Meghan or Harry, and to see the UK tabloids and their carnival of so-called experts choose to whip this into a calculated family snub, blah, 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 and support that she would want to be nameless on her child's birth certificate, more victim narrative. Now, when these statements came out, the palace was very bewildered. Remember, according to UK law, only the parents can make the changes, and you have to sign documents. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? There's a way to do it. So I think Meghan was counting on the never complain, never explain mantra that the palace usually sticks to. But in this particular instance, they decided they had had enough. Remember, Harry denied ordering the change, Meghan denied it, Omid Scobie denied it, Sunshine Sachs denied it, everybody denied it and said they didn't do it. So the palace said enough, and they came out with a statement. Come to find out, it was Harry and Meghan's own staff at Kensington Palace who requested the change, and the Queen and the royal family and their staff had absolutely nothing to do with it. That's right, it came out it was Meghan's staff who removed her name from the birth certificate. And once they were faced with the fact that they had done it, then it was done because they wanted her name to be the same across all of her documents so the passports would match. I mean, it was a bullcrap explanation. We all knew it was a bullcrap explanation. No, it wasn't long after this that Harry and Meghan's US media team came out and said, somebody made a mistake. Something was lost in translation. And Harry and Meghan themselves said they had no intentions of misleading anybody. This was a simple misunderstanding. No, this was them putting out misinformation. Think about it. Omid Scobie said that this was ordered by documents by senior palace officials. And suddenly it was just a misunderstanding? So with the ever-growing, ever-inflating, deflating baby bump, when the different sizes and nobody knows what's going on and nobody saw the birth and we don't know who delivered the baby and the changes to the birth certificate and all the secrecy around, Archie and everything, and even Lily. We don't even know where she was born, who, gave birth to her. Now things are being said. Now people are talking about it. And Lady C wrote a book. And she was recently also on Dan Wooten. Let me tell you what she had to say. My jaw fell. What's being said now is that the children should not be in the line of succession. Lady C said this is in the public interest and there's constitutional implications. She said this needs to be cleared up either one way or another, and you really can't blame the palace for the mess. That the palace is caught up in a no-win situation that they did not make. Lady C said that Harry and Meghan have created doubt about whether their children belong in the line of succession. She said it's their conduct and the way they've treated the pregnancy and the birth that's created this situation. I completely agree. So if those kids are in the line and they've jumped in front of people whose births had no issues, then yes, that's a problem. And I agree. Absolute proof should be provided that Meghan actually bore those children, delivered those children. That's what needs to be given. Now, let me just point out that I think Harry and Meghan are well aware of the controversy, because that's why in the Netflix docuseries they put up this ultrasound photo, which if anybody really looked at it, has no date, has no time, has no name of the mother. This is an ultrasound photo that you could pull right off the internet. Maybe she got it from a friend, but this proves nothing. The lady said this is not going away. They can ignore it all they want, but it is not going away. We need medical records signed off by doctors, certified documents showing that she gave birth to those children. And if she can't, they need to be removed from the line. I think William will handle that. But now you understand why everybody thinks that a surrogate was used, because I think what happened was she wore the baby bump, the surrogate had the baby, they grabbed the baby, went back to Frogmore. It takes several months for the legal parents to take possession of the baby, and legally the baby belongs to them. Do I think it could have been pushed through the courts quicker because of Harry? Yes, I do, which is why a month later, when they legally became the parents of this child, then they changed the name on the birth certificate. That's what I think happened. All right, you guys, let's see what's happening here, and I will keep an eye on this story. Don't forget to leave those comments, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and follow me over to video 2.